Piers Morgan's worst football takes from Beckham to liability Ramsey. Piers Morgan has never been one to mince his words, particularly when it comes to football. The controversial journalist and former Good Morning Britain presenter could have made a career from all of the dodgy football takes he has made on Twitter alone over the years. And he proved that again this week by calling Manchester United legend David Beckham the most overrated player in history and a fame-hungry snail. As if that wasn't baffling enough to anyone with a speck of footballing knowledge, Morgan went two dubious takes for two by claiming Arsenal Invincibles winger Freddie Ljungberg was the better player in his prime. With an unlimited archive of Piers' terrible takes at our disposal, Daily Star Sport takes a look at the 56-year-old's worst footballing takes. England were on the verge of qualifying for the knockout stages at Euro 2020 with either a win or a draw needed in their third group stage match against the Czech Republic. Drawing the match would have meant finishing second in the group, but gaining a more favorable last 16 draw. While some debated whether the Three Lions were better off finishing second, Piers hilariously claimed it was vitally important that England lose badly to the Czechs. Not only would fulfilling his request have been a potential act of match fixing, but as many responded on Twitter, playing to lose at a major competition to avoid rivals like France and Germany was a hugely negative mindset. England would go on to beat the Czech Republic 1-0 before clinching an iconic victory over Germany in the last 16 on their way to the Euro final. Since interviewing Ronaldo in 2019, Morgan has been Cristiano Ronaldo's biggest cheerleader, earning himself a very brown nose in the process. It has meant that Morgan has directed some interesting criticism of Lionel Messi, especially when Ronaldo is involved in the conversation. Speaking in 2021, Morgan said, "No offense to Messi, but he's not even in the top 2 players at PSG, let alone best in the world." He followed up his controversial opinion in January when he left the Argentine out of his all-time top 10 sporting goats, with Cristiano Ronaldo ranked 5th. The take is even stranger given that an old tweet from 2012 revealed his former view on the Barcelona legend. Morgan wrote, "Messi's the greatest footballer ever, and Cristiano's the second best. Any further debate is superfluous, I have spoken." Of course, the switch has nothing to do with Morgan interviewing Ronaldo. Nope, nothing at all. Morgan delivered another odd take in 2021 when he bizarrely came to the defense of Manchester United legend turned pundit Roy Keane. His longtime Twitter foe Lineker had tweeted, "Is it me, or does Roy Keane occasionally come over as being a bit grump?" Piers, known for his hyperbolic statements, replied, "Keane's the best pundit in the world, for any sport." Considering there are countless pundits across numerous sports which Morgan has likely never listened to, and Keane is rarely considered the best pundit even in the UK, we think he probably got it wrong on that one. Morgan took to Twitter in December 2012 to slam former Arsenal midfielder Ramsey. Ramsey, who was still yet to fulfill the promise he had shown as a youngster after a devastating leg break, attracted criticism from the outspoken journalist following one disappointing display. Morgan wrote, "What does Wenger see in Ramsey? A complete and utter liability." The Welshman found the best form of his career the following season, scoring the crucial extra-time FA Cup winner to end Arsenal's trophy drought. Piers later backtracked and even offered Rambo a handshake years later, which the then Arsenal man rejected. Do you agree with any of Piers Morgan's takes? Let us know in the comments section. In 2016, at the height of his anti-Arsene Wenger agenda, Piers claimed Pep Guardiola wanted to be the next Arsenal manager but was prevented from doing so by the Frenchman. He said, "I was told on very good authority last night that Pep Guardiola wanted to come to Arsenal with Thierry Henry as his NO2. Guardiola instead took charge of Manchester City that summer, undoubtedly influenced by their mammoth funds and overall better standing." And Morgan was unwilling to let it go even a year later, posting on Twitter that Wenger's refusal to leave was the main factor behind Guardiola joining City. While banter between Arsenal and Tottenham fans is a staple of the North London rivalry, Morgan took it a step too far with his comments on former Spurs Mauricio Pochettino. Aside from calling the Argentine overrated just months before he reached the Champions League final, Piers claimed Spurs were worse under Pochettino than they had been under Harry Redknapp. He wrote, "I only say Pochettino to annoy Spurs fans. But the fact that no one really knows how to pronounce his name says it all to me. He is overrated. I genuinely do not believe that Spurs, under Pochettino, are any better than they were under Harry Redknapp." Pochettino delivered Spurs' best Premier League finishes the previous 2 seasons, coming second and third respectively, while Redknapp never finished above 4th.